Welcome to My Long Island TV. From Manhasset to Montauk, we have traveled our communities to bring you the following events. I'm your host, Waldo Cabrera. My Long Island TV starts now.
Oh, here's something from art school, sure.
Mort Kunstler is a prolific painter whose action-packed art has graced magazines, books, and movie posters. We caught up with him in his Oyster Bay studio to discuss his amazing career.
I can remember my very first professional drawing. I went to the Pratt office after I graduated, and they sent me to Scholastic magazine, where I did the X and O diagrams for a magazine called Coach. Since I knew a lot about football and basketball, I was able to do them very well, and those were my first jobs.
Mort's art stands out because he has a gift for capturing action, but he considers that gift more of an exercise in technique.
You learn by experience that to get more action, if it's a horse and rider, you learn that the tail should be flying behind the horse. You learn that the reins should be flying. After a while, to get the action, I learned that any movable part should show the action. I've got sample flags here, as you can see, and whatever you can collect that's going to help you to do your painting is what you're going to do. A big change in my career was about 1965 when I got my first painting to do for National Geographic magazine. And it was on a historical subject, and they had a whole different modus operandi. They would get a hold of the best historian they could find on the subject, and put you in touch with them, and you ran everything by him. So that the first assignment I had from National Geographic was the Castillo de San Marcos in St. Augustine, Florida. The assignment I had was to show the construction of the fort and a famous battle that took place between the Spaniards and the English. And of course it led to another assignment from National Geographic and another assignment. All of these guys are just blown away by that blast, a shotgun blast, so to speak, from the cannon. And this is as far as they got. That's why they called it the high water mark. That was as far north the Confederates got. I saw that the 125th anniversary of the Battle of Gettysburg was coming up. So I decided to do a painting on the Battle of Gettysburg, and I thought it would be my one painting of the Civil War. I had met, purely by coincidence, someone that had a gallery and was also a publisher of limited edition prints on the Civil War. Without the painting existing, he said that he would publish it when I finished it and would pay me for the entire edition as if it was sold out. He published it and had great success with it. We've had, I think, 13 books come out on my Civil War paintings alone. The same publisher, Sterling Publishing, came after us to do a book on our Revolutionary War paintings, and I had to do a bunch of them for the book. And that book came out. It's called The New Nation, and it was a great hit.
Are you still being commissioned lately?
I could go to the office this afternoon and there could be an inquiry. Yes, we have a number of book proposals with various publishers. We have people that are interested in doing limited edition prints of our work. There's always something.
Although Mort's Civil War series is wildly popular, what he cares most about is being creative.
I just love painting pictures. It doesn't really matter what I paint, frankly.
In the art world, commercial illustrators are often placed in a category below fine artists. But Mort uses history to dispel that myth.
I don't see any difference between illustrators and so-called museum art. Michelangelo was an illustrator. His page sizes were a little funny. His art director was the Pope, and his publisher was the church. So it's really a question of good art and bad art, in my opinion. So this is what I've been up to lately.
As his 90th birthday approaches, Mort has no plans to slow down.
There was a famous book so many years ago by a very famous author, Bud Schulberg, and the name of it was What Makes Sammy Run? And I don't know what makes Mort run. I just been driven to do the best I can, and I always joke about it. It keeps me off the streets and keeps me out of trouble.